What's up everybody, I'm Philip, I'm a freelance graphic designer and art director, and today I designed a graphic design poster and I found this phrase on the internet, hitch your wagon to a star, and in the beginning I had absolutely no idea where I was going. But sooner than later I just found something which worked, and I used the Blender tool in Illustrator to create a galaxy, and we created some little planets all over the place, and yeah, I really like the result. I hope you guys too, and let's jump into Illustrator and see what we come up with. So I started off by just dropping in the sentence which we've got, so hitch your wagon to a star, and then I dropped the black background in and put it on a different layer, and obviously I locked the sentence with it, so I needed to change that. And then the first task was to find a proper font, and in this case we chose a sans serif font, which is working quite nicely because it's just not too prominent and it underlines, I think, the universe image pretty good so far as well. So this is the font which we chose, and then I just started off with putting it into a stroke and just applied the colors which I pre-selected before I started the project. And I really liked how the text frame had these little lines just going through the word at the bottom. And at this stage, I wasn't quite sure where I wanted to go, but I really liked how it looked, so I tried to recreate this element. And from here on, I wanted to implement our other main color as well, and I thought maybe we could do this with the same typography as well, but a bit bigger and maybe an overlay, but that didn't really work out, so I tried something different. I just selected the ellipse tool and created two ellipses, and then went to edit and blend and just blended those two ellipses together. And from here on, I tried out how many circles would work good together, and the main idea was to create like a galaxy shape here, or like this organic floating thing which is in space, and this is what I actually have done here. I created some more anchor points to the path, which I can play around a bit later then. And now it was just a matter of trial and error, and just try to, create like this floating object. And as you can see, I tried out maybe going a bit overboard and make the two circles overlaps to have this cool effect. But in the end, I was thinking that it would be a good fit if the element is just not too crazy at all. And I ended up reducing the specific steps a lot, and they just made it just much better. Then I dropped in my main colors, and now it started to look like something. Actually, now it looked like a galaxy, and I decided to make this the centerpiece and the main attraction of the poster, and I just went overboard and just thought, okay, just get rid of the typography and let's do something else. And I tried to just rearrange the typography with a complete fill in our main color, and added like a little planet which could float around the galaxy. And I wasn't quite happy where the typography was at this point, so I tried from center alignment to left alignment and just played around a bit where the typography could stand and work best. I added all these little planets, but I wasn't quite sure how to arrange them properly. So I tried something different. I wanted to have like this rectangular space filled with little dots, and each dot is actually presented by the left planet. So on the left hand side you have the main planet, which is floating around the galaxy, and I wanted to have this in all the same distance between all the circles. And that's what I wanted to create here, but on the second to last line it just didn't work out, so I rearranged the whole composition and just made it in the center, and there we go, it worked out. So I changed the colors now to fit the appropriate line, and now we have this cool gradient which we have in our main piece, in the center, also in all our planets as well. I was happy so far with the single design elements, but I wasn't too happy about the composition of the whole poster as such. So I tried to balance it out, that we have on the bottom we have the typography, and at the top we do have our little planets. Now I thought that the weight was fine as it was, and I wanted to add different elements, and I wanted to add, like in the center, some sun or a star, and I wasn't happy with just a circle in the middle, so I came up with the cross, which was the main idea, because you have like this map which guides you through the universe, and the cross marks where you need to go. And this was the element which I liked, because it was different to all the other elements. It was outstanding because it was much more direct in a way. All the other elements so far were really floating around and had round shapes, and that worked out. And then we had this huge space on the bottom right and the top left, and I wanted to fill it with something. And at first I thought, maybe we could fill it with some kind of moon shape, or blur this out, or maybe just use a graphic element as such. But nothing really worked out. I even tried making another galaxy, or adding another galaxy, but it didn't really look good. And I thought, okay, what else could we do? And then I thought, okay, maybe we can add a start point and a finish point. And this could also be in terms of coordinates, I thought. And these coordinates here is actually the Kennedy Space Center, where our journey is starting. I just added a little arrow with a dotted line, just to support the idea that this is the starting point. And then I added the counterpart on top of it for our finishing point, and just added random numbers which are probably way too big for any coordinates. And as a finishing touch, I thought it maybe would be cool to have like the duration, the distance and the speed it takes to get from the Kennedy Space Center to this point where I actually want to go. And after I found a proper font, I still wasn't sure where to place this thing, and in the end I ended up to put it just uncomfortably close to the edge. Experimented here to add like a full stop in terms of a planet, but I ended up didn't liking it, and then just some cleanup touches to make all the spacing correct. And there we go. This is the final poster. So, thanks for tuning in. I hope you liked the poster. and I'll catch you guys in the next video.